I think it's safe to say that some people were a little shocked when they heard Anthony Richardson, Florida Gator quarterback, is favored to be a top 10 draft pick. But what if I told you he may end up going number 1 overall? With a build like Cam Newton, speed of Justin Fields, and legs and arms of Josh Allen, the hype behind Richardson is building. As of now, he was projected to fall to the Panthers at number 9, but with the new hire in Indy, for head coach Shane Steichen, things may get a little bit spicy. Now, you're probably starting to process, how is Anthony being a number 1 pick even a thought? Again, some may think he may not even be in the top 10. The NFL and their scouts believe they know what's best and are willing to ignore stats in college if they feel they can overcome these things. Josh Allen is a prime example of that, as he came out of college with almost identical numbers to Anthony last season, but not as athletic and not from the SEC, which does carry a lot of clout. So as for ego, coaches and owners believe, again, they know best. Although we as college fans have been watching Anthony's and others for a very long time, most of these coaches and scouts just started watching Anthony just a short bit ago. And again, they're looking for certain attributes. So if they feel, well, hey, they may have struggled in college, they could put that on the coaches or whatever it may be. And again, Anthony is coming from a very dysfunctional situation with Dan Mullen in his last season. That wasn't a very healthy situation for Anthony. And then coming into Billy Napier's first year. Although I think Billy's doing a great job in Florida, it was a very sticky situation for Billy and Anthony. So he's been in turmoil ever since he's been in college. Next, we have hype. Hype has been building each week as we inch towards the combine, but once they see Anthony live and in person and see how polished he will look come the combine, that's when all hell will break loose. What I mean by that is this man has been dialing in his skills and how well he will look at the NFL combine, so he will look the best of the best he has looked this entire time. Don't be shocked when you see him at the top of the leaderboard for speed, strength, arm strength, and even agility. Now, again, he will have a lot of weaknesses as well, but as I mentioned earlier, ego. NFL coaches and scouts will tend to overlook those things due to all the great things that he will be able to produce. That's just human nature. Now we have the ego from the coaches and the scouts. The hype is through the roof, but those two things don't necessarily mean a number 1 overall draft pick. Enter in the Sandman, new head coach for the Indianapolis Colts, Shane Steichen. He was previously known as the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, who, if you don't remember, were just in the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. Shane obviously spent time polishing and working on Jalen Hurts, so he'll be the new head coach coming in, wanting to make a splash and wanting to make a splash early. With the credentials that he has with working with Jalen Hurts and being able to do what he did with Jalen, we will have some pulls and credentials on why Anthony Richardson will be a great pick and why he can make Anthony as great as they think he can be. Now, why not go with CJ Stroud or Bryce Young? The safe pick. That's just it. It's the safe pick. A lot are starting to believe, and a lot of opinions out there, the upside for Anthony Richardson over the next 3 years is much greater than somebody like a CJ Stroud or a Bryce Young. So although we're looking at lightning in a bottle and we're trying to see who's going to have the biggest impact of next year, you're a new head coach, you understand you've got a few years to work around with. You got some wiggle room. You can take the investment understanding, hey, I'm looking at a 3-year plan. By year 3, we should be moving and grooving. With the build, the speed, the arm strength, the stature, Anthony Richardson poises to have the way greater upside in the next 3 years over somebody like a Bryce Young or a CJ Stroud. With Ant's size, speed, strength, and agility, which is a little TLC, he's starting to look like a pretty spicy tortilla number 1 draft pick, if you ask me. As the NFL draft gets closer, the noise of Anthony will only grow, causing people to tinker with their draft sheets. We all know what happens when you tinker with your fantasy lineup days before the game. It doesn't work out too well. It'll be interesting to see this thing play out. But again, the noise is already there. It's already a buzzing. Could we see an Indianapolis Colts trade to the number 1 draft pick, taking Anthony Richardson as the first overall? I'm not quite sure. Let me know in the comments. Where do you think he goes? Who do you think goes first overall? Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.